They throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Jones. Oh, Aguilar, what a catch. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes you just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense on balance.
4 yards the pickup, first down. Now Jones. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Touchdown, Patriots. Tyquan Thornton. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point up and good by Folk. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And he returns this to the 22. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Trenton Cannon, his first carry of the ball game. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
The Cardinals hit 9 and 3 here on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
2nd and 5 now. Murray got his man complete over the middle. That's Cannon. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot. He picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Back to Cannon again on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. These two teams all tied after one. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. To throw is Murray. His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marquise Goodwin from 10 yards out. And the Cardinals have moved out in front. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Marcus Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Pats at the line, ready to go. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Right back to Dobbins on first. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jones. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Jones. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taken in at the 11. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Patriots are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones.
He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins.
Finding room at midfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jones, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Folk connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
So they look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, a run with Cannon. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
The Cardinals on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Here's Jones.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Pats at the line, ready to go. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Jones, off play action. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Now Murray off play action. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Marquise Brown, 48 yards.
And the Cardinals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Prater for the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
That's taken on the 25. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off.
And the Pats are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
He's got a man complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game, and boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time.
Devin McCourty picks it off, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Steps away. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Here's Jones on first down. Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try. And the former Arizona Wildcat, Folk, gets this one to go, and that'll bring him back within 4. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 59 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Murray throwing complete there to Hopkins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So into Pats territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play,
You have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. On second down, this is Cannon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Murray now to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line.
So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try.
And the former Arizona Wildcat, Folk, gets this one to go, and that'll bring him back within a point.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points. But that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the 2nd half.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. One more time, it's Cannon. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Straight ahead, this is Cannon. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
95 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. They find some open field here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
They'll run on first down with Cannon. Big Christian Barmore was there on the tackle.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On the handoff, this is Cannon. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Murray going to try to throw on third down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
They're going for it. It's Murray. And he gives himself up, but not before he gets the conversion. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. They give to Cannon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll run again with Cannon. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Well, if they can execute the run-pass option like that, it puts the defense in a really, really tough spot.
The running ability of Kyler Murray makes defensive coordinators and players crazy because essentially now you have an extra running back there. So if he keeps it, you've got a problem. If he hands it inside, you're probably not ready for it because you have all your focus back on number 1.
They'll try and run for it with Conner. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. James Conner, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals get an important score there to extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Extra point good by Prater. And able to ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. In just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
To try again after the sack. Jones. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
The offense on third down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Back to throw. Jones.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. They go play action here on 1st down. And it'll be intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
A Cardinal 1st down, Murray to Hopkins.
Here's Cannon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. Pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Pats at the line ready to go.
Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Jones now on 1st and 10.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now Jones. That's caught by Thornton.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a New England 1st down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Jones.
And his throw is incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
To throw is Jones. He gets this to Thornton. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Jones. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Here's Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And he comes back with one complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and a little bit of a surprise that